This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Welcome to Usapang Bayan. Ako po si George Chua, kasama ang aking co-host na si Rach Marquez. Pag-uusapan po natin ang mahahalagang pangyayari at issue na kinahaharap ng ating bansa.
Makakasama po natin sa gabing ito ang co-founder ng AutoDeal, Mr. Danny Scott. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
We're so glad to have you here with us today, Danny. And maybe to start it off, you can tell us a little bit about how you came about to be in the Philippines before talking about AutoDeal?
Yeah, so I came here 10 years ago. I was volunteering actually in a place called Tacloban. I was doing my master's course in the UK and I just came over for a month. And I ended up finding someone there who had a technology business in Tacloban, the only one, I think, and I worked for them for 4 years. So it was there that I ended up staying in the Philippines, and it was also there where we found that there was an issue with finding automotive options online. So that's where we started. We were trying to find a company car. There was no dealerships really in Tacloban back in 2010, maybe one or two. So we were looking online to try and find a company car, but we couldn't find anything. It was really poor information. So that's how we started.
Yeah, but you found more than a car, right? You found your family there.
Well, that's also true. Yeah, I now have a wife who's from Tacloban, and I have 4 children as well. So it's been a busy 10 years.
So tell us about how you started AutoDeal and what it's all about.
Yeah, sure. So we came to Manila when we had an automotive business which was used car classifieds called Pinoy Auto Trader. We sold that to OLX Philippines. So that brought us to Manila. And after a period of time with OLX, we could leave, and we realized during that time that there was nothing actually for new cars. So we started up AutoDeal, which was all about car research and getting in contact with a dealer of your choice on AutoDeal.
But sir, basically, AutoDeal is selling brand new and second-hand cars. Is that correct?
It is now, yes.
Yeah.
So originally it was new cars. So we put all the promotions from around the country online. We put all car reviews on there, car specifications, all for new cars. All the dealerships and ways that you can get in contact with dealerships. And then we've recently moved into used cars as well. So now we're selling. If you're a private seller and you want to sell your car online, you can do that on AutoDeal. And we're trying to provide different ways for you to sell your used car as well, not just through a classified way, but also to dealers, through auction, that kind of thing. So that stuff is coming next. Yeah.
So you're basically a medium, sir.
Yeah, we're a platform, a place that hopefully can cater for all your needs, whether it's a used car, a new car. If you're selling your used car, you're probably buying a new car. So there's many processes that take place that we're trying to cater for.
Would you say you're the largest online platform at this point?
I would I would safely say that yes, we are right now. We're 1.7 million visitors a month right now, so we've grown a lot over the last few years. So yeah, in terms of automotive marketplaces, we're the biggest now, yes.
Would you say the second largest would be half your size, or
I know where you're leading here. Yeah, I mean,
you don't have to mention names, but
there are a few others out there. There's some who do large classifieds, which cover a lot of areas, which are really big. But specifically automotive, I'd say the closest is yes, about half our size. Yes.
Based on your observations, sir, what do consumers prefer in choosing a car?
What do they prefer?
Yeah.
Well, in our recent, we do studies every 6 months for the industry. And what we found was in terms of sales in the first half of 2017, we found the subcompact market is still the leader. So that's your Toyota Vios, Mitsubishi Mirage G4. So that's around, for us, that's around 30%. After that, you've got your mid-size SUV, that's your Fortuner, Montero Sport, Ford Everest, and then pickup trucks are still strong, and then the crossover, so the Ford EcoSport, that kind of vehicle has done really well on AutoDeal.
well, I see that you've brought along this publication of yours.
Yes,
Can you tell us a
that's-
little bit more about it?
Yeah, so this is our business insights. So this is for dealers, manufacturers, and this is basically providing them with all the kind of knowledge that AutoDeal has regarding purchasing a vehicle, what consumers are looking for, and if we can provide them those insights, then hopefully we can make the car buying experience better for those looking to buy a car.
In your experience, what are the critical factors for people in deciding what kind of car they would need to buy, or what kind of vehicle they would need to buy?
Well, I'd say that in terms of what they need to buy, I think people really still look at things like price. They look at how much car they can get for the money. So sometimes they will start looking at a mid-sized sedan or a small sedan, maybe like a Honda Civic, and they will realize that they can get an SUV maybe for the same amount of money, so they can transfer, to an SUV. So
In
it's-
terms of more passenger capacity, is that what you're
yeah,
saying?
Yeah, that's I think an important one. Technology. If people are looking for, I mean, the subcompact class is a important market, and those small cars like Toyota Wigo, etc., safety is one of the key factors that people are looking at. I guess a smaller car, you want to make sure it can still protect you. So, yeah.
Sir, since you are a part of the automotive industry, can you tell us more about the industry? How is it faring with other countries?
Well, in Southeast Asia, it's I think the second fastest growing after Vietnam. It's really increased a lot over the last 5 years. I think last year was around 300,000 vehicles.
Closer to 400,000.
Closer to
actually,
400
yes.
now, George, and then this year it's going to be another large increase again. I think we're talking probably closer to 500 this year.
Maybe 450 or
450
thereabouts.
to 500.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Maybe if AutoDeal does well, maybe more.
No, I think there's the overhanging question about the excise taxes. I'm
yeah.
sure you've heard about that. Can
We
you tell
have.
us a little bit about what your impressions are about that, particularly with your customers that are looking online to buy vehicles?
Yeah, I think how we see it, I mean, obviously we don't know the outcome of what it's going to be yet, but I think we feel that there'll be an initial kind of shock reaction of people getting used to it. But after time, people still need a car for their long journeys if they want to travel to Baguio or Batangas. So I think people will get used to it in their minds. And for the smaller cars, the price increase is not too bad. We're talking maybe 50,000 peso or something. It's still a lot, but it's not, crazy. So I think it's going to be more the premium segment which will get more affected. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
We were talking earlier about capacity, passenger capacity, as one of the features that people would prefer to have, meaning, say, the more capacity it would have, the better they would like the vehicle. Aside from the capacity, what else did you notice that certain features or vehicle features that the a potential car buyer or vehicle buyer is looking at?
It's got to be technology, I think.
Can you give us examples of what you mean by that?
Yeah, I think because technology is, the speed of technology is increasing so fast. You've got, do I have an Android phone or an iOS phone, which is going to be compatible with my car?
Like for the Bluetooth or something like that?
Yeah. So some come with Android and some come with iOS compatibility. So you want to see that it matches with what you have. There's a ton of other features now that are coming in. We were talking about one the other day, weren't we? About
Yes.
the
Auto stop feature?
auto stop feature for
Yeah.
fuel economy. So a lot of people are coming to AutoDeal to read about and figure out what are all these new features. So
Do you notice if people actually understand certain features of the vehicle, like ABS and things like that? Are they fully aware of that?
I think for things like ABS, yes. For some of the newer stuff, no, they're not. And that's areas where things like our video reviews, our written content try and explain a lot of these factors.
How many percent of your viewers or people who use you online are aware of the up and coming changes in the regulations, such as the Euro 4 requirement starting January 1st,
Yeah,
2018?
I think it's not widely known as of now. So
Uh-huh.
I think especially over the last quarter of this year, we're going to have to really ramp up kind of the
So is-
education on that.
Is
Yeah.
that going to be part of your consumer service to let them know that well, first of all, a lot of people don't understand what Euro 4 is, right? But I guess the simple explanation of that is the emission standards
Emissions, yeah.
by which the vehicle becomes more efficient by having less particulate emissions, and they need to have catalytic converters and things like that. And we have already heard some of the major car manufacturers announcing that they will be phasing out certain models by year end to make way for the Euro 4 requirement.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, we will be definitely letting our users know which vehicles, the popular ones especially, are going to be affected by this. And then we're going to be providing a lot of content around what are your options now that these vehicles are going to be phased out. So especially kind of in that, there's a certain number of SUVs, some commercial style vehicles as well, so that are going to be affected. So we're going to let them know what options they have and what to expect. Yeah.
Sir, AutoDeal is an online platform that people can go to when it comes to buying brand new or secondhand
That's right.
cars. Is it harder to communicate with your clients that way online? Because as we all know, some clients are very demanding.
Yeah, I think in our early days, what we found was a huge problem was that we could generate leads, inquiries, people who want to get a quote. But one of the most difficult things was bridging that communication online between a sales agent in a dealership and the user. The user expects in a digital world to get a reply back quickly, not having to wait days and days and days. So a lot of our technology and working with dealerships is all about education, providing technology to the agents and the dealers on how to reply to people in the correct way on digital and quickly, to be honest. Quickly is important.
Well, we need to have a station break at this
Okay.
point, Danny. Sa amin pong pagbabalik, makakasama pa rin natin si AutoDeal co-founder, Mr. Daniel Scott.